Are you alive?
No. You're speaking to my ghost live from your walls.
Okay.
I'm stressed. Can you tell?
Yes.
Can you tell?
Yes. It's okay, Bestie. I believe in you.
And my room is a mess. Like, my shelves destroyed. My bed, why does it have so much shit in it? And there's a bunch of shit on my floor. Because, like, you know, I went through a bag last night. And it's just on my floor because I don't know what to do with this shit. I don't know what's to do with all this shit. Like,
So you're having a good time is what you're saying.
Totally. I get Wicker King socks tomorrow.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for you.
I get to order them tomorrow. They don't come tomorrow.
I'm so excited for you. Are you amazed that someone listened to more than an hour of that episode?
Yes. Because it was not me. Maybe on, I don't know. I think Jericho usually listens on Spotify. Jericho will, and in fact, listen to the whole thing because she loves me. We've been friends for 3 years. Can you believe it? Not you and me and Jericho.
I know, not you and me. I know you and me's been 1 year. So
we don't know the exact date, but we started talking mostly because of folklore. And I met Jericho during my first ever mood board collab on my mood board account, and I was like, I'm gonna be friends with Jericho. And look at me, I'm friends with Jericho.
Look at you go.
There's been a couple people be like, I'm gonna be friends with him. And it's gonna be I'm gonna be friends with him if it's the last thing I do, and guess what? I'm friends with him. So
look at you go.
I think Taylor Swift rubs off on me occasionally. Because that's so Taylor Swift coded.
It really is.
It's Taylor Swift Day. It's Folklore Day, okay?
Okay. I don't know these things.
It's the day Folklore came out. It's its 3-year anniversary. It's 3 years old. It's the big 03, bestie.
Yay. You ready to talk about this book that I didn't enjoy?
No.
I contemplated rating it 2.5 stars.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like you should have, just to make it extra spicy.
I was really not having it. But first, I guess I should talk about the schedule for next month. First one is...
Boo.
I know, right? Indestructible Objects. There we go. That's the title of it. The second one, the way you have to read 2 in a row, because the second episode is going to be the last Wicked Villains book, which is the one you want to read.
Sorry.
At least it's under 300 pages. Yay.
Is there an audiobook? Where's the audiobook?
Yeah, there's an audiobook. That's how I do it.
Where is it?
Scrib.
Where's the audio? Oh, hell yeah! I just speak
That's
that shit, don't worry.
That's how I listen to all of them.
I love Scrib. Scrib, my beloved.
After that is supposed to be Red, White, and Royal Blue movie, but with the...
Pay people! What the hell?
Due to the strikes and whatnot, those are gonna be, that one and Heartstopper Season 2 are gonna be put on the back burner. We're gonna still watch them and record them, so that as soon as, people decide to pay their employees, a miracle
I don't think it's hard to pay people. Hear me out. Hear me out.
I mean, Netflix CEOs get 50 and 51 billion.
I don't think you need that much. What do CEOs even do?
I know, right?
Truly.
And
that's a genuine question.
Also, Netflix just got an extreme increase of users due to the password breakdown.
I can't lie. I feel like Netflix kind of has a good selection right now, but that won't last very long.
Yeah.
Even though that's the one service I have.
I saw people freaking out because apparently the Pride and Prejudice movie got back on Netflix recently, and I was like, bitch, I already own it. I don't care.
I watched Snow White and the Huntsman. I very much enjoyed it.
It's a good movie.
Between Kristen Stewart and Charlie's, yeah.
Whoa! One of my top crushes. Hell yeah. Wait a second. Speaking of Charlize Theron, if you want a gay movie where there's women who kill people, can I recommend to you on Netflix Old Guard, starring her as the main character. There's a gay couple in the main group of characters, right? And when they went to adapt it, because it's adapted from a comic book, they were, like, questioning whether or not to make it, actually a gay couple and all this stuff, and the creator of the comic book series was like, no, they're gay. Let them be gay. Let them be gay. And I was like, a genius. But it's, I think the first, I'm going to say superhero movie, but, like, I say that, but, like, it's superhero movie with an asterisk, okay? That's directed by a woman, and, they already have, I say they already, it's been, like, years, but they have plans for a sequel, and I'm very excited for it. But it's really good. Also, the soundtrack is spectacular. I listen to the soundtrack on a regular.
Can I also say that I rewatched Carrie? That's not on Netflix, it's on Tubi, but it's gonna be gone soon. I watched the original one because there's one for a remake from 2013 too, which I'm kind of curious about, but like I didn't watch it. It has Chloe Grace Moretz in it actually.
Yeah.
But also has Angela Elcourt, which. Why does he have to be a bad person? Why did he have to do bad things? Like, you played Augustus Waters, and you're gonna be a bad person, but also you make bomb-ass music, and you're gonna be a bad person. Why would you attack me like this personally? Personally, me? Why would you do that to me? Like, I don't think it's that hard to not... I think he talked to underage girls. And maybe he was racist. I don't know. I don't think it's that hard to not be a bad person.
You know...
Especially when you're talented. Like, Jesus Christ. I feel like just because you're talented doesn't mean you can be a bad person. I feel like it's a pretty even trade-off if you're talented and you can... oh, my God. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, because we will not be releasing those episodes until after the strike is over, and people are paid properly, you know, like living wages, genius idea. They will be, like, all ready to go as soon as, like, the strike ends, so I'll probably put them out back to back, on, like, a Tuesday or something when the strike ends. But until
we could just leave them in normally so we don't have to record extra.
I mean, in my defense, the book's already done that we're going to replace it with. The book's already been read by both of us, so it's fine. Which
book? Oh,
Malibu Rising. And then the other episode for Heartstopper Season 2 is already recorded, so it's only one extra episode. And it's one that I want to record soonish anyways, so it's fine. And then after Malibu Rising will be, I just haven't written down this Kraken spot. Look, it is Stalked by the Kraken.
Oh,
a book I own.
Oh my God.
It was on sale. I had to buy it.
Speaking of on sale, Birthday Girl with Penelope Douglas is free today. Should I? That's not on my TBR. But at this point, I feel like I'm just gonna end up reading the majority of their work.
Well. Yeah.
So should I? Okay, I go do it right now.
Okay.
I go do it right now.
Anyways, I decided it's been a long time since we've done Monsters Month, so of course I'm going to do a Kraken one. While we take a break from Katie Robert for many months. I think it's November when I do the next Katie Robert episode.
Respectfully, please.
Hilariously, there's also a Katie Robert Monster Smut series with a Kraken.
Oh my God.
And I was contemplating it, but then I was like, no, I want to wait until that series is complete. So I'm not going to do that yet.
Do I think I'm gonna like Birthday Girl? No, not particularly. But am I gonna cop this shit, even though I have 20 million books to read on my Kindle now? Yes.
That's so me.
Oh my goodness, hold on. I gotta open it in Chrome, so I don't have to log into my Amazon account.
On today's episode, we have the second to last Wicked Villain book. Very exciting. I have many things to talk about.
Birthday Girl will appear in your library and all your Kindle apps and devices. Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
Of course, spoilers ahead, but also content warnings, sexual content, cursing, toxic relationship. Do I have to opinions on that? Violence, death of parent, and alcohol.
Do you say death of parent as well?
Yeah.
I feel like, hear me out, and I feel like toxic relationships, death of parent, probably greatly impacted your rating. Just a hunch.
Yeah, no,
just a hunch.
Really, the toxic relationship. It's like in the graphic section, I think. Yeah, graphic section for the content warnings.
Oh Lord.
Sorry.
That was the old Lord was the fact I went through Penelope's story to do all that, and then I guess they put a song on it, and it just started playing when I went back. I was like, oh. Why is everything playing? Oh my Lord. Okay, we're fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
But yeah,
I missed you, by the way.
I missed you too. It's been like an hour.
Hey, I slept all day. It's pretty late for me to be getting up. I've been getting up
the other day.
Semi-early.
The other day I had such a bad migraine. I slept in until 10 in the morning when Pearl woke me up by bringing up the
10?
dog.
You?
And I know. I woke up and I went, "Wow, who am I, Stingray?"
Wow. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I haven't even got to check my email today. Is it so sad that I love checking my email now?
No, I love checking my email too. Anyways,
Yeah, but me, okay.
So, yeah, this is my least favorite, a book by Kitty Robert in general that I've read, but also in this series. A lot of it has to do with the toxic relationship aspect, the fact that the story just feels like 3 other books in the same series combined, and I will explain it in a bit. And also, the narrators did not do a great job, especially the one for her. It's Ariel, but like her name's Zuri in it.
Why is that the choice?
I don't know. Like
respectfully,
instead of Eric, it's Alaric, and instead of Ursula, it's Ursa, and then it's Zuri. And I went, hello?
No, absolutely not.
Her father's name is still Triton.
I thought gas, whatever the fuck, however it was. Yeah, Gatan was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the narrator for Zuri did not do the Grace part. I don't think it's her fault. I think it's the fact that I didn't look into it, but from what I could tell, like, it very much felt like it was the first time she did a smutty book for narrating. And most of the smutty scenes were from her point of view. And her voice got real squeaky every time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. No, I was checking. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Not the dog's barking. I haven't even done the official intro.
Did they get kisses on their heads?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. No!
You're not even here for dog.
I'm in your walls. What do you mean I'm not here? It's so sad. I
want to see her run after Papa.
I want to see an Ivy dog.
Too bad she's in the car now. I can see her from here though.
That's so sad.
She's giving her mom kisses.
Oh.
In the back of the car.
I love Bella Dog, but sometimes I like seeing Good Doggy.
Oh yeah, she's been so good today and so cuddly. I love her so much. Okay, so time for the actual intro. I'm Flower, aka Rose. Yes.
Yes. Hold on.
I've been recording for 15 minutes and I'm finally doing the intro. I don't think we can hold that anymore. We can't have another 5-hour long episode. I can't do it to myself.
What the fuck?
I
googled and it says that the book is on script, and it said there was an audio, but I can't find the audio. But I'm probably just stupid. Yeah, it says. Hold on. What? Yeah, where's the? There's usually a thingy that's like, oh my god. Okay, where's the fucking? No, I don't. Oh my god. Hello. Oh my lord. No. Oh my lord. No thanks. I don't want to save this book for later. Why won't it give me?
Because there's like, for some reason, there's like an ambiguous limit of how many audiobooks you can listen to on Scribd, and they won't tell you when you reach the point. And so if you reach the point, sometimes it just won't show up.
But I have access to other ones currently.
I don't know. Scribd is weird. Here, I'll check them on. I'm like 98% sure it's on script because that's how I've listened to everything.
I've only listened to a few though.
Yeah.
Okay, screw. I need to listen to the one I'm actually listening to though.
Same.
I'm just gonna have to restart. I might just softy enough it because I read like the first 13% and I'm like, I don't know what happened. I don't remember. It's been like 2 weeks at this point.
I may softy enough the one I'm in the middle of too because like I'm not in the mood for like political thriller fantasy right now.
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. It was for a book club, but like the meeting for the book club already has passed, so there's no need for me to read it really right now. Like I can just save it for later.
Was it on your TBR originally?
Yes.
Oh.
I can just.
Do you like it?
It's fine. I don't mind it, and it's a standalone, so like, it's like yeah.
Oh.
But like.
DNF it anyways.
But I'm like I don't really. I'm not in the mood for it, so I may just soft DNF it.
Just DNF it.
Soft DNF it and like try to read it.
Just fully DNF it.
No, I like it. I want to read it. It's just
wow.
I'm not in the mood for it right now. So, anyways.
During your mood reading month, Bestie. Oh, I believe in you.
Fucking imagine. Can you imagine? Dude,
I'm gonna mood read next month for the majority, because, like, I can't do this shit no more.
One of the few things I mood read this month was Northanger Abbey, which means I've read 2 classics this month.
I mean, you technically mood read War and Peace, because you wanted to read that more, so you did, in fact, read it more than what other stuff you were reading.
But, like, one of the very few, like, there's one book club Discord group chat that I'm in, where I was talking about War and Peace in. And so they knew already I was reading War and Peace. And when I finished it, they were the second people I messaged after you. And I was like, hello, I finished it somehow in 23 days. I should save this for my intro, but whatever.
I love how you finished War and Peace before I finished the fucking Lost Hero.
Yeah. But
I just haven't picked it up, and I don't know why.
But the person who runs the book club, I'm friends with on Instagram and whatnot, so she saw on my Instagram story that I had also read Northanger Abbey this month, as well as War and Peace, because I did, like, my tracker last night on Instagram, and so I woke up to a message from her being like, are you okay? You read 2 classics this month. Like, why?
You're behind on your classics, it's okay.
Yes. I already have.
Have I still read more classics than you this year?
I'm at 4 now.
I don't know how many I've read. Here, I'll go check. I go look, just for science.
Okay.
I look for science. I love you, Storygraph. It makes science easy, Storygraph. Thank you. Don't you love not talking in complete sentences?
No.
Wow. You don't understand me. At all. Let me in! Let me in! No, I don't want middle grade. Why? I've only read 2 middle grades. Oh. I've not read just 2 classics this year, have I?
Yeah, I think so. And one of them was Gatsby. I don't want...
And, Jekyll and Dr. Hyde.
Yes.
Let me check this shit out. Hold
if you want,
on.
You
Let me...
War and Peace. I know it's...
Absolutely fucking not. I don't know what the hell you think this is, bitch.
It's great content. Okay, I guess we can actually do the intro now.
Yeah.
I'm Flower, aka Rose. As you've already listened, or heard, I finished War and Peace. I did it. I finished it yesterday. That was yesterday, right? I don't remember. It was
Don't ask me.
It was a time. I managed to read all of it in 23 days. Meanwhile, it took me 29 days, I believe it was, to reread Loveless.
And you know what? You're so real for that.
I think I've
proud
gone crazy. Anyways, I really liked it. I rated it 4.5 stars. I was contemplating doing 5, because, like, I really, really, really liked it. The fact that there's 2 epilogues, and both the epilogues has chapters in them. Yeah. I was worried how
That's normal.
I know, right? I was worried how it was gonna end, because, like, it's a long-ass book, so, like, it's been almost a whole month of my life, like, how is it gonna end? And I do like how he did it, how it's more of, like, a commentary, like, explaining more into the commentary that the whole entire book was supposed to be, and then also doing that through the lens of still being through the characters and all that stuff. It was a good time. I rated it 4.5 stars. The only reason I didn't do 5 is because it's so long, but also I understand why it's so long. Like, I want to listen to the abridged version just to understand what they took out. Because it's so long, but I understand that everything was needed. And also, there's, like, also the fact that, like, the time that it came out, it was, like, split up into separate books, and so you would read each book separately. And then
oh my god, like a series?
yeah, kind of like a series. That's just a thing they did. And so...
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
especially
so, like,
if it's a big old book.
Yeah, so, like, when I listened to it, like, it would say, book, blank, chapter, blank, right? So every once in a while. Which is why, like, I think, like, I like that idea, especially for this book, because it's so thick to, like, physically own it. It's so big and daunting.
Imagine reading it physically, oh my god.
I kind of want to own it. But
Girl.
it's so daunting. So, like, having, like, 10 books or however it is, I don't remember, split up into these smaller
I still feel like you
books
should have rated it 5 stars.
Maybe.
It would have been so funny.
And the split up makes sense because each split up is a different period of years. Like, it's split up between the years when all this stuff is happening. So it makes sense. I liked it. It was a good time. I rated 4.5 stars. Okay, you can do your intro now.
My name is Fish, aka Stingray, and I'm battery powered, I guess.
Yes,
it's true. It's true. I do, in fact, run on lithium.
Yes, I know. This is why I keep on making battery jokes every time you take your meds.
Yes.
You're a battery-powered gay fish.
That sounds so bad out of context. I don't know. What the hell are you doing, bestie?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay, sure.
I'm standing up to turn off my fan.
I actually have been taking my medication though. Be so proud, bestie.
I'm so proud.
I don't think it's doing much difference, but it's fine. I'm fine.
I could never, so it's okay.
Yeah, I know.
No. I don't. Me, healthy? Never. Okay. This is Fish and Flower Podcast. What am I?
And it's only 24 minutes in.
Yep. This is a very stream of conscious podcast, very similar to how we talk to each other on a daily basis, if you couldn't already tell. Of course, I already said spoilers, I already said the name of the book, I already said the content warnings. I'm doing this all out of order and I don't know why. Okay, you ready to talk about The Sea Witch?
No.
A book I rated 3 stars, but contemplated doing 2.5, and also...
I feel like you should change it to 2.5, because I feel like it would just be funny.
No. I'm kind of really sad, because it lowered my average rating from the month below of 4.0.
Boo! Read another book and rate it 5 stars!
It brought it down to like a 3.9 something, and I was like, no! I worked so hard for that 4.0. It's like me in college all over again.
Can't relate. Also, I've officially decided that I'm gonna do a vlog where I stop when I read a book that's below 3 stars.
Oh my god. I love that for you, especially since I did a vlog where I stopped when I reach a 5-star read, and I just was like, I don't know if it's gonna happen for me. I don't know.
What was the 5-star read that did it? I haven't watched the video.
It was I forget the name of it. The Broken Girls, the mystery thriller.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I talk about it in the actual vlog, how it reminds me of 3 mystery thrillers I really like, including The Dead in the Dark. So...
I love that. The Courtney Gould, My Beloved, I've only read one of their books.
I've read 2.
Kill yourself. I'm sorry, I just had to say it. I love you. I love you.
Yeah, no, it was like a lot of stuff I really like from mystery thrillers. The, like, mystery part wasn't, like, really mysterious because it explained the reasoning or what it was very early on. The book, it was, like, more of trying to, like, prove it that was happening. The thriller aspect I liked, the ghosty aspect I liked, so it was a good time. I really liked it. But yeah.
I'll read it eventually because you told me to. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's usually how it works, yeah. I thought I was going to have to read the sequel to Junkie just because...
You know, I feel like I'm more likely to read something you tell me to than you reading something I tell you to. Like, I feel like it takes you a little bit longer for you to do it. Does that make sense?
Yes, and hear me out. It's because I generally...
You don't want to read good books.
I don't want to read character-based books. That's my issue. I generally don't like them.
But every time I recommend you a book, you love them.
Most of the time, yes. Literally, I'm going to finish Mara Dyer next month.
Maybe I should finish Mara Dyer next month, too. It's almost been a whole year.
Yeah, no, literally, it's been almost a whole year for me, too.
I usually read them back to back to back. So this is, like, fucked up.
Yeah, I'm reading them just for you. Anyways, The Sea Witch.
You love me.
No.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
That's so sad.
The Sea Witch follows Ursa, Alaric, and Zuri.
Oh my god.
So, the last book in the series... Oh yeah, you want to guess how many pages of notes I took?
3.
1. It's like 11 bullet points. I did the same thing that I did last time, where I listened to all of it today and then put down basic bullet points so I knew the order that things go in, but like, otherwise, didn't really do anything. Played a lot of Stardew Valley. I'm getting very close to perfection for the first time. So.
Oh my god, cool. There's a snake squishmallow.
I thought you were saying there was a snake at your house, and I was like, that sounds like me.
No, I think oh my god, no, I swear to god, I think the lever one is a stingray. I'm sorry.
I have a stingray in my house in Stardew Valley, so.
Wow. I'm in your walls in Stardew Valley too, oh my god!
Yeah. Remember, I asked you which house you want to be in.
No, I don't remember. Respectfully.
And you said the island house.
Well, it only makes sense for me to be in the island house, right?
Yeah. Well, that's where I fished you from. From a pirate cove.
I love how you fished me out of Pirate's Cove. Oh, this sounds so unhinged.
Yeah.
You should clip that. That would be funny.
Oh my god, that one is a stingray. That was totally.
But the snake, the one for reputation, the snake. I need it. I need that one in the stingray. So real, so real.
I have a clownfish one. I'm just gonna.
I have a bunny and an octopus. I have a giant octopus one. She looks kind of funky, but I love her.
I have my clownfish one that I'm gonna hold while I talk about this book.
My squishmallow, my bunny, is actually behind my head, so you know.
Cool.
I can't live without her.
When I went to label this as currently reading, right, on Goodreads, I noticed that this one was the lowest rated out of all of them. The only one that comes close to it is the first one, which makes sense because the first one is usually the one that, like, even people who don't generally read smut read, and then they rate it low because it's not their type of thing. I get why that one's pretty low. It's still a measurable difference, higher than this one. So I should have known going into it, and then I saw a lot of people's reviews of it being really low right at the top of the reviews, and I went, it's probably fine. Look at me now.
Well.
So, at the end of The Beast, Belle, or whatever her name is in that, makes a deal with Ursa to go to Olympus and, get Triton's youngest daughter to come to Carver City, which is where the Wicked Villain series takes place in, and tell her that she has Alaric and all this stuff. And so this one starts like almost right after that whole instance ends, with her Zuri leaving home, escaping home. As soon as she enters the city, Ursa like picks her up and is like, "Hey, I can take you to the club where he works, because he is one of the subs, Alaric is at, Hades' club, the underworld," but it's like, she doesn't know why he works there, she just knows that he has to work there for money, and she doesn't understand the full extent of why and all the stuff. So she gets there, and it's actually just a trap that Ursa put up. Basically, in order to free Alaric from this, she has to pay, like, over $700 million or something like that. It's some obscene amount of money. So the plan to do that, Ursa's plan is, for Zuri to sell her virginity. Yeah, this is why I said, oh, I'm a chapter in, and I'm not sure I'm liking this, because this is, like, how chapter 1 ends, is, like, you learning that, like, she's gonna have to sell her virginity, and I went, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this one.
Let's not. Like, can we go already? This is the end of the episode, thank you.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So, we learn pretty quickly that it's actually a secret plan that Ursa and Alark are working together with, where she will free Alark, and then Alark and Ursa will,
I'm sorry, these fucking names, I can't.
I know, right? Ursa will be the one to buy her, Zuri, because they both want revenge on Triton, Zuri's father. Okay? She, doesn't know this for a good chunk of the book. Like, I want to say a quarter of the book is them, like, preparing her for this whole instance and whatnot. I'll give Hades this. Hades is very up against it, and he's trying his hardest to make it as fair as possible and make sure that she's down for it and all this stuff by sending in Hercules to talk to her because they were childhood friends because they're both on the same... Yep, our favorite boy, Hercules.
Hear me out. She put Hercules in here because she knew it wasn't as good.
Listen, Hercules does something.
I'll put Hercules in for a minute just to make it a little
Hercules
bit better.
does something at the end of the book where it's like, I understand why he did it, but, like, also, my dude, he could have just asked her. But that also follows Hercules' point and thought process, so, like, I'm not mad about it. It's a continuation of his character from the second one. But basically...
Hercules, my beloved.
I know, right? Basically, it's not buying her virginity for, like, one night to be with her and all this stuff. It's 7 days. Yep. Literally the moment that she runs into Lark is, I literally freaked out.
Fucking Lark? Like, what the, who, why? Just, Lark? Like,
I know.
Oh my god.
I know. She gets over it way too fast, in my opinion. So, like, I literally had to stop the book and my game to be like, no, not them running into each other. And he low-key feels guilty in the moment, and he's like, I could tell her and get her out of here, but, like, I want my revenge, so I'm not going to. Watch me stab this man. Yeah, that's basically how it's gonna go down. So there's, like, a literal auction for her in this club, where Meg is, the auctioneer person who's, like, getting prices and whatnot, while Aurora, a person who has officially been in every single book, because the next one is hers, with Malone. We do get a little bit of background between them, but basically, she plays with Zuri on stage, to show off, how priceless her so then a bunch of rich people bet on her. And then Ursa buys her for $1 million. $1
million?! What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, I need a cookie. I need a cookie.
So, right after this happens,
I need a cookie.
Hades is like, pulls Ursa aside. Is like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, why the hell did you bring her here? For me to set up this auction for you to just buy her anyway? And then, like, she, is a little suspicious of it. Zuri is, but she's like, you know what, it's fine. Give me the money, but also, like, keep it because I'm using it all to pay off, Alark's freedom, so Alark's free now. She gets the rest of the money after the week is over. She goes home with Ursa. Ursa has a fun licky-lick time.
If you say licky-lick one more time,
and then
I swear to God, I'm gonna do something so drastic.
As she's reaching completion is when Alark comes in, and then he instantly goes up and just kisses Ursa, and it's like, she calls him lover all the time, and that's when she realizes, oh, these bitches played me, and she is rightfully pissed.
Why is everyone in this book lame?
Honestly, yeah. Yeah. So, basically, it's, like, a lot of Zuri trying to figure out her emotions, but she's, like, and Ursa, like, offers, listen, Ursa's not that bad. Ursa offers to be like, okay, like, now you know what's going on, you can stop this at any point. You can stop, but if you stop, then Alark's not free anymore. And she's not willing to do that to him, despite everything. So she continues.
Please be so serious.
There's a threesome for her first time. We really gotta have a conversation about that. I don't. Yeah.
The cookie's good, by the way.
I'm jealous. I want a cookie.
It's not homemade, so don't feel that bad.
I want a cookie in payment for reading this stupid book.
Well, come over, bestie. They're iced oatmeal cookies.
Ooh.
Yeah. They're the crispy ones. I really like these ones.
So
But they're a bit thick. They're a bit too thick because, like, the name brand is a little bit thinner, so they're like, I don't know. Not a little bit, like, a lot of it. Like, whatever, it's fine. They're good. They taste the same, but they're not as thin. Whatever. I like... It doesn't matter.
Okay. We get a little bit of background between Alark and Ursa. Ursa's, like, basically a buggy woman in Olympus. There's, like, stuff where Zuri's father and her, where there's, like, a past of some kind where he's scared of her and hates her.
Imagine having a past with somebody and then they fuck your daughter.
Dude, no. Because at a later point, we briefly learned that before he met Zuri's mother, him and Ursa used to fuck.
No!
And it was breezed past so fast, and I went, excuse me, what?
I can't do this anymore. Rose can pick me up, I'm scared.
Don't worry, we got more.
No, I don't like it here.
Ursa has a past of, like, literally drowning her enemies. It's fine. So Alark and her have kind of had this thing, for the past...
Can you call him something else?
No!
Angel, that.
Where they're like lovers and whatnot, but she never fully lets him in, and what he really wants to be, he wants to be the person to comfort her when she's home and let her guard down, because she's like, she's a black woman in charge of this territory, so like, it's been really hard for her to get to this point, in her life, and she's had to do a lot of things she's not proud of, but she's done them, to get to this point of power, but like, it's very stressful on her, and she, needs to rest on the shoulders, and he wants to be that person. But she won't let him in. So, after the banging, right, Ursa tells Alark to take, Zuri into the guest bedroom, and they stay there together while she's in her own bedroom. So he takes Zuri into the guest bedroom, literally picks her up and carries her in. She's still pissed about everything, validly. And he doesn't know how to apologize without using his body, which she's instantly not into. She's like, hello?
How hard is it to just say, hey, I'm sorry, I did a really bad thing. I should have not done that.
We'll get there. So she's like, no, you did what you fucking did. At one point, he does apologize, and she's like, no, you're not. You're sorry that it happened, but you, like, wouldn't change it, therefore you're not fully sorry. Like, it's, like, you're sorry for the guilt you feel. You're not sorry for why it happened.
You know.
Yeah.
I can't say she's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, he tries to beg her out of guilt. She has a lot of complex emotions because, like, she still loves him, but, like, he betrayed her drastically and literally just bought her virginity so that he could be free. And is now stuck with her father's arch nemesis for a week, and she has to live this life now.
I mean, if you kind of think about it, that's such a, like, funny, like, boss move to, like, buy your arch enemy. You know what I'm trying to say here.
Nemesis.
Like, think about it. Like, think about it. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Don't worry, it comes up again. So she's obviously pissed. And there then comes into a conversation about safe words, and he's like, she's like completely naked, just laying in bed, while this is happening. And he's like, I could do anything to you. And she's like, yeah, but I have my safe word, and if I use it and you do something, Hades will fuck you up. So
yeah.
Don't even try it. And then he goes to try something. She says her safe word, which is, I think, hurricane. His is mermaid. Hers is hurricane.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Please be so serious.
And then he briefly doesn't stop, and then realizes her fear because he doesn't stop immediately after she uses her safe word, and he's like, oh shit. You know what I miss? I miss when Hook used bondage on Tink, and as soon as she used her safe word, he literally cut up the bonds because he'd rather do that than let her be that in those motions. You know, I miss that content.
Why are you putting me through this?
I don't know why. I had to go through it. You have to go through it too.
You know, what if I brought up the idea of a ghostwriter? Because aren't they creaking out like a whole ton of shit constantly? What if I just said that word? Those 2 words.
Listen, I would say maybe, but like despite the fact that like it's very much got hints of her other books in it, like a lot of plot points reused.
Well, I feel like with someone like Katie and their workload, I feel like the majority of it was written probably by her, but like I feel like maybe here and there bits and pieces were just filled in.
This definitely feels
Do we think that could be what happened with this book? Just a thought. You know, I would rather think that it was a ghostwriting problem than this is just a really bad book.
I think it's more about like she was in a time crunch and didn't know what to do for this book, so just threw in a bunch of aspects from all of the other books of this series and stuck them together and then threw it at the wall, and it slightly stuck. So she went, sure, this is fine. This will work. And I went, anyways, she kicks him out of the room, rightfully. The part of the thing when, Ursa told him to take her into the room, whatnot, was like, you can either sleep in the guest room with her or on the, balcony like a dog, right? So he goes back to Ursa, and Ursa's like, dude, that did not take any time at all for you to fuck it up. So he makes her, whip him. To, as his punishment, for doing that, right? She does it, and then kicks him back out, so he has to go back into the room. And she's like, listen, if you even think of trying something while I'm sleeping, I will suffocate you with a pillow. Valid.
Is that the exact words?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, and then they wake up the next morning, he has a hard-on. And so she has him teach her how to do a blowjob.
Ugh.
Around this point, we also learn, I think, in the first scene when he walked in on Ursa and Zuri doing it, we learned that his fantasy is because like there was like a whole thing in their past where they used to date, but like it's hinted that like he did it on purpose to get her to love him so that he could get revenge on her father, type thing. And not actually, like, him being into her, but, like, he actually did fall for her during that time. He wants you to know that. Rolling my eyes. But his fantasy the whole time they were kind of dating was to not get a blowjob, to fuck her face.
Anyways, is it bad that I feel like a ghostwriter would be more reasonable explanation than the fact that someone just wrote a bad book occasionally? A semi-not good book once in their life?
I don't know.
I think it's because the quality of work before was so high that it's like, whoa, what the hell happened here?
The way that I skipped like half the book to write down another note. Like, that's all I wrote for like half this book. So I'm going off of memory. Let's go. So yeah, that happens. Ursa comes in. There's some more banging. There's a plan to go to the club soon, right, to show everyone off. There's a lot of there's just a lot of banging, mediocre. One narrator didn't help that much in that department, right? It's fine, it's whatever. In the morning, right? Okay, so she's like, you guys need breakfast if we're gonna do all this banging, right? And so they go into the kitchen. I really hope this thunder doesn't make my power go out. They go into the kitchen. She makes Alark do all the cooking and dishes and everything. Well, Zuri just sits there. And then she brings out 2 dildos. One for Zuri and one for Alaric. And they're tentacle dildos.
I'm sorry. I think... Oh my god. I'm sorry. I love how they're just like, yeah, I think we need breakfast, blah, 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 blah. But it's my idea, but I'm going to make y'all do it anyways.
Yeah. They're tentacle dildos, because, basically the explaining is that Carver City is landlocked, so she couldn't bring the water with her for the whole, like, evil sea witch, view. And so she had to bring it with herself.
Yeah, because that's so...
Yeah, that's so reasonable. And also she brings out...
I guess you gotta get creative.
She brings them out first thing, long before they eat breakfast, while, like, he's in the process of cooking, because, she wants them to look at it and see what they're gonna have to deal with. I'd like you to know, less than 12 hours ago, Zuri lost her virginity. And now she's gonna put a giant tentacle dildo up there.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna pretend like this is okay.
So basically, Ursula's plan is to get Zuri to accept Alaric's apology by using her innocence, in a way, like her, adverse towards, violence, in her view. And so what she does is she gets out a cane. We've already talked about, and I think it's learned my lesson about the cane usage and BDSM relationships. She's going to hit him on his feet.
Ow.
With the cane.
Ow.
As she has the dildo going into his ass.
Ow.
And at the same time...
Who cares about the other stuff on his feet? Ow.
As he has to give as he has to give Zuri orgasms as she's on the other dildo to apologize, and he can't stop until she says that she accepts his apology.
Anyways, look at this fairy.
I don't think that's how apologizing works. Hear me out. I'm just gonna say it. That seems kind of fairy.
Yeah.
That seems kind of controlling.
Did you see the book? Did you see the real button book though?
Not good. Sapphic, Pride and Precious. Yeah, I saw that one the other day. Oh my god, is that a Bella dog coming up?
A Bella dog? Can I see her? Okay. It's very important. It's very important.
With a mouse.
He's a Bella dog to make the torture bearable.
I know, right? So we learned a little bit during one of the scenes throughout this whole thing. We learned a little bit of Alaric's past, which is basically his cousins owned property and whatnot until it was taken over, and so in order to get them out and safe, they needed a shit ton of money. And so in order to get them a shit ton of money, he stole a bunch of shit from Triton, Zuri's father. This is when she also learns that her father does a bunch of illegal shit, which is interesting because it's hinted at a lot that he's very controlling and abusive, like Jasmine's father.
Oh.
Yeah, very similar. Very, very similar.
Please give her a kiss on her head.
Okay. Come here! Come here! Come here! Come here! There we go.
Yay! I get to see a Bella dog, and I get to see your face today, and Bella gets a kiss on her head. Yay! See, it all works out. It all works out.
You a baby. Yeah.
I tried to see a beret earlier, but she ran away.
You a baby. Are you extra sissy left?
Look at those fungus ears. I love her. No one else is gonna understand what the fungus ears are.
So yeah, that happens. Also, there's like a whole bit where like, Ursa is a very much larger woman who's very curvy. And Zuri is very much not like that. She's very string beanie is how she views it, and she wants curves like Ursa. And there's a point where Ursa is slapping her butt, and it's like, you need some meat on your bones. And it's never really brought up again, like all that. After that, like, you know, I'm just throwing that in there. Yeah. So, she, quote unquote, accepts his apology, but, like, in a way of, like, yeah, I get that you feel guilty, but, like, you still did shitty stuff. Also, at this point, she has decided that, she wants to stay with him past the week deadline. I'd like to remind you, this whole book happens in, like, a period of 3 days. This week's deadline, but she knows that, like, they won't let her all the stuff. There's a point where she's like, what are you gonna do with me after the week's done? Like, are you just gonna kill me and throw me out on the street or something? And, like, Alark and Ursa are like, no? Like...
This is irrelevant, but do you think it's too early to cut up potatoes for dinner?
No,
because I'm bored.
Go for it.
Well, what do I do with them, though, in the meantime?
I'll put them in a bowl of water, or put them in a bowl with a wet paper towel over them. That's what I do.
Okay, thank you, Bestie.
You're welcome. Yeah, that happens. Also, there's a moment where there's a threesome, and he tells both of them that he loves them. It's not important. It's really not. They go to the club. I'm really skimming most of this because it's not important. They go to the club, where they have some sexy times, good times. There's like a whole point where like Ursa doesn't know what to do with her emotions because she also loves Alark, but she also wants to keep Zuri. And in order to like keep Zuri, she doesn't want to like ruin her and all this stuff. And so, like, there's a whole bunch of stuff with that, and she doesn't know what to do, so she goes to Malone's house, because, like, her and Malone are best friends. And Malone's like, dude, just, like, bring it up to them. Like, just actually talk to them. Fucking genius idea. Also, right after that sex scene, where she's supposed to accept Alark's apology, right? The three of them are sitting on the couch together, right? And Ursa has Zuri call up her father and then give her the phone.
Oh, Lord.
And then as she's on the phone with Triton, saying, I have your youngest daughter and I'm banging her left and right, Alark is right next to her on the couch, banging her.
Oh, my Lord.
That happens. They go to the club. There's, like, some more sex scenes. Not important. Zuri recognizes that she loves them both too, and all the stuff. She wants to stay. She doesn't know what type of role she wants to play in the part, because she recognizes that Alark likes to be like the shielded person who takes care of Ursa, but that's not what she wants to be because she's been a shielded, locked up person her whole life, and she doesn't know what she wants to do specifically, and all this stuff. Also, there's like a part where Malone sits down with Ursa and they're talking. There's like a hint that Ursa and Aurora have a past where they were together once, for like a scene or something.
Of course they do. Aurora's been with fucking everybody.
I know, right? But like everyone knows that Malone wants Aurora, and at this point, it's like in the last like 10-15%, she decides, you know what, I'm gonna go after her. So that's great. That's set up for the next book. That's the only reason I brought it up. But yes, sexy. Zuri goes to clean up afterwards. Goes to the bathroom, where Hercules shows up, and pulls her aside. At this point, they've decided to be a throuple and see how it works out and all this stuff, right? And to trust each other. Hercules shows up as she goes to leave the shower or bathroom after cleaning up, and takes her into a private room, saying, "Hey, I wanted to help you out." He called up her sisters, and they're there to take her back home. Remind you of anything? Almost like the same exact thing that happened at the end of The Beast. Literally same exact thing. Yeah. Basically, two of her sisters, two younger ones, show up. She's the youngest, Zuri is, but two of the other younger one, you know what I mean, show up. She was planning to call them after the week was done, and she had a plan and all this stuff. And they're like, listen, Dad's coming. He's like starting a war against Ursa. We gotta go. We gotta get you out of here. We'll figure out what to do with Dad after the fact. All this stuff. And she's like, oh shit, he's gonna attack Ursa, and a lot of people are gonna die. I gotta stop this. So she decides, okay, fine, I'll go with you, but she's really upset about it because she's like, I don't have enough time to tell Alaric or Ursa that I'm going or why I'm going, and there's like a good chance they'll never forgive me, so then my happiness is over, but at least they'll be alive and together. So she goes back home, and pretty quickly Ursa recognizes something's up, right? And she goes to Hades, and Hades is like, listen, I am so sorry. I will punish Hercules for this. And she's like, bitch, I don't want you to punish your boyfriend by slapping him around a few times because he likes that. He needs to actually be punished for taking my girl away. But, like, they view it as, like, she went willingly, so it's, like, fine. It's, like, not his fault. So they go back home, Alaric and Ursa do. She cries in his arms, because she loved her so much. I don't know where that happened.
It's been a week.
No, it's been 3 days.
Oh. This is 3 days at this point? Wow.
I think this is technically the end of day 2. I think the next morning is day 3.
I thought I was doing with issues. At least I'm not like, oh, I love this person after 2 days. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit longer than that. Don't worry. I'm not that crazy.
So yeah, that happens. When they wake up in the morning, Alaric's like, wait a second. They could say it's willingly, but, like, because, like, the way that Ursa believes that it's willingly that she went away is because, Hades didn't make a big deal out of it. He's like, I'm sorry, this happened, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, listen, I remember when I was working there, and, you remember book 1 when Ali broke into the club? And, like, they just covered it up.
No, I don't.
Ali broke in the club and tried to steal Jasmine back and tried to touch her, and she started throwing up, and Hades felt really bad. He thought it was his fault, and there was, like, this whole big scene about it, and he, like, freaked out or, not Hades, Jafar, and freaked out at Hades about it, all this stuff. Basically, they covered it up so, like, no one knew about it. And he's like, listen, he would do the same exact fucking thing right now. We should have to go after her. We don't know if it's, like, she consensually went. And then there's a knock at their door, because while this was happening, she's at home. While they were asleep, she was at home, and she decided to dress up in a boss-ass outfit. She put on red lipstick, so it reminded her of Ursa. There was, like, one part where Ursa was eating her out, and she's like, her red lipstick will be all over me, and I'm like, hello? That doesn't seem sanitary.
Bro, I'm so sad. I'm peeling the potatoes, and I peeled my nail. My nail broke. I peeled my nail.
No.
And it was one of my good ones.
Oh, no.
I was so sad.
There's a sleepy puppy.
Everyone's like, oh my god, she's crying over her broken nail. I used to bite my nails. This is a very big deal. It's so sad. Now it's uneven, and it was so nice. The shape was so nice. I shaped it all nicely, and I'm sad now. I'm sorry. Okay. Also, I don't think we're gonna have enough potato to sausage ratio because it's like a big pack of sausage. And we ain't gonna be able to eat all that shit anyways. There's just 2 of us, so I'm not gonna eat all that by myself. And we only got 1, 2, 3, 4. We only got 4 potatoes, and 3 of them are really small. I don't know what to do no more. Why do I sound like I'm about to cry? I'm sorry. This isn't relevant. I'm having potato issues. My bad.
Potato issues. Yeah, so,
I keep having a lot of potato issues. Have you noticed that, Bestie?
Yes. So, not Ursula, Zuri dresses up in a boss girl outfit, I don't know, she puts on pants, that's the big deal, because her dad always made her wear dresses. And she knows that he never called her down, which means, like, he's not prepared to talk, but she's gonna go down anyways. She puts on her red lipstick, she goes down, talks to her dad, and he's like, I don't want to talk to you yet. And she's like, nah, bitch, you're gonna listen to me, because you fucking lied to me my whole life, and you are like, I was just trying to protect you, but, like, also you were controlling me your whole fucking life, my whole fucking life, and, like, doing all this shit. And I finally found happiness, despite you, and you decided to try to kill those people. No, what's gonna happen is, you're gonna let me go back to them, and you're never gonna harm them again, and if I hear you do, I will then tell Poseidon, his boss, that you are using all his resources to start this war against Ursa, because by going into Carver City and doing that, it will start, like, a full-fledged multi-city, like, war, which is not a good thing. And if she told Poseidon that, Poseidon would straight up kill her dad. So she's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do that if you don't let me go. So, and he's like, I just wanted you to be happy. And she's like, wow, well, I wouldn't be able to tell. And then she leaves. And so, back on the knock on the door in the apartment, it's Zuri. She's back. She's like, Lake, this is what happened. I learned that he was gonna try to kill you, so I stopped it. There's no way he can do anything against you unless he dies too. Sorry that I had to leave. I couldn't tell you anything. I still love you both. If you still want to be a throuple. And then they bang. The end. I did it so fast because I don't care.
Thank God. Thank God it's over. Yeah,
but yeah, it's got a lot of aspects of 3 much better books in the series. It's got the prized princess that's, like, guarded and just wants her freedom of Jasmine and Desperate Measures. It's got the throuple aspect, especially with, like, Alark just wanting to be there for Ursa, and then Ursa not letting him in initially until a third person comes in, and it feels like they get along perfectly, and all this stuff, especially someone who's, like, kind of newer to this whole scene, right, learned my lesson, and then also the ending of the sister showing up out of the blue and taking the main character away to be like, oh my god, we're gonna protect you, when in actuality she was happy and safe, and no one decided to ask her, as the Beast. Also, I forgot to bring up when I was, like, kind of iffy about Hercules, calling up her sister so that they could take her away, part, but, like, it makes sense, because, like, a whole entire main aspect of Learn My Lesson is that, like, he sold himself to free Meg, without asking Meg, so basically he sold himself for nothing, and he basically did a similar thing here, where he, like, didn't think to ask, what Zuri really wanted or anything, he just assumed that she was stuck, and so called up her sister to get her out, but yeah. Also there's, like, the whole thing where, Ursa calls up her
No,
father.
because it's been 3 days at that point, right? 2.5, 3 days?
2.5.
And the contract is for 7 days, but he's interfering before it's even... Okay.
Yeah, which means the contract didn't go through. But Ursa was like, you can keep the money. I still want him free. So, yeah, that happens. Also, there's, like, a whole thing where, Ursa calls up Zuri's father and is all like, I'm fucking your child, haha. Essentially your younger child, haha. That Hades does to Hercules and Zeus and Learn My Lesson. It's literally got a lot of aspects of multiple other books in the series that I preferred much more, especially Desperate Measures and Learn My Lesson.
Hear me out. What is the age gap?
Ursa's, like, it's described as her being able to be anywhere between 30 and 60, and no one would be able to tell.
Oh, okay.
And Alark is in, like, his mid to late 20s, and Zuri is in her early 20s. I want to say she's, like, 22, 23.
Okay, I feel like, yeah, the, Learn My, whatever it was when, the sending the video, you know,
yeah,
I feel like, it's one thing, but it's another thing when it's a daughter with another female, and then I just feel like it's just, like, it's like a more, like, ha-ha, you know, like, I don't know.
Oh,
I
never even described the Ursa versus Triton thing. So basically, they were both people under...
Why do my potatoes so weird?
I don't know. They were both people who worked for, on the docks for Poseidon. And they were friends, they were really close, until, they learned that Poseidon's son was supposed to take one of the positions. And so there's only a room for either Ursa or Triton, and so, basically, Poseidon was like, you have to kill one. Like, one of you has to kill the other. And so Ursa thought, hey, we're friends, well, let's think of something else, blah, 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 blah. And then Triton tricked her, and, pulled out a gun on her. It's like, either I will kill you, or you get out of the city and never come back. And so she had to leave the city. And because she had to leave the city, she was not there, for her parents' death or funeral.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the background there. Can you tell I don't like this book?
Yeah.
In comparison of all the others. It's not that good. The good point is that, I think we only talked about the book for 30 minutes.
Hell yeah, short episode.
Yeah, it's like an hour long.
I had to make fried potatoes tonight, and I've never made fried potatoes before, but, like, it's not that complicated. Like, I understand the concept and the process. But yeah, this ain't enough potatoes.
So yeah, that was that book. To let you, I had the audiobook at 3.36 times speed to get through it.
Well, you finished it before I got up, so you know.
Yeah.
I got up pretty early considering I stayed up till 6 a.m.
True. Yeah, no, I was even.
I woke up at like 9 and I was like fully rested, and I was like, what the fuck? No way.
I was even worried about the speed because I was like, it's 9 hours long. Like, I can get through it in 3 hours. With my normal speed, I just wanted to get through that shit. I was like, I fought the urge to just skip through every sex scene. That's how much.
Why am I always cooking? Why am I always cooking during this?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is not enough potatoes. I don't know what to tell my mother.
That's not enough potatoes.
I've only had eaten all those baked potatoes.
I only have 3 more books up on my TBR for the month. Do we think I can do it in 7 days?
Yes, considering I had like so many more books on my TBR and I took the majority of them off.
Alright, do you have anything else to say about this wondrous book?
No.
This is gonna be such a short episode, and I love that for me.
Well, maybe someone actually fucking listened to it then.
Someone listened to a lot of the Wicker King episode. I don't know who the hell that person was, but someone listened.
I don't know who it is, but I love you. If you're listening to this episode and you listen to a lot of the Wicker King episode, I love you. I love you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to say? I don't think so.
I get Wicker King socks tomorrow.
Yeah, you brought this up, that's fine. If I didn't know anybody
2 pairs. My mom was like, you should get 2 pairs. Did I tell you that?
No, you did not.
And she's like, get one to wear, get one to keep. I'm like, you're so real. You're so real. Potatoes.